I've been with the fire department, this is my 15th year for pay, 14 years before that waiting for somebody to retire so I can get a job in this position. I'm retired, but I say from Uncle Sam's Canoe Club. I spent 23.5 years in the Navy and then decided it wasn't fun anymore, so I retired. And I feel I have the best job in the fire department. I work with people, preschoolers through senior citizens, teaching fire safety. I like to have fun when we learn, and I'm sure you like to have fun, so we're going to do a couple different things. First thing I want to do is I want to talk about different things in our home that get hot. And if it gets hot, you should normally stay away from that. And there's sometimes that grown-ups don't think about some of these things, they leave them around, and children can end up getting in trouble with them. So what I'm going to do is we're going to play a little game. And we're going to start off with that. If it's something I show you that's okay for young boys and girls to play with or use, give me 2 thumbs up. Let's test it first, make sure you can do that. 2 thumbs up, okay? If it's bad for you, you need a grown-up's help, cross your fingers. Okay, I'm going to show you some pictures, and then you tell me whether or not it's safe. What do you think about fireplace or a wood stove? Is that something you need to stay away from having a grown-up's help with? Very good. In fact, you should stay at least 3 feet away from it. Now, your wood stove and your fireplace, we want to make sure we have a screen across the front of it. We want to use good dry wood. They should be cleaned and inspected each year to have less chances of having a fire. How about crayons? What do you think? Crayons are okay, but you need to make sure you use them in the right place. Color on things that you're supposed to color on, not just everything else, okay? How about the toaster? What do you think about the toaster? If you're a young child, that could be a problem. Grown-ups, how many times have you told little Billy or little Susan, go toast it for yourself? You didn't think about it. Toasters can start paper on fire. If napkins or stuff get too close to them, they can end up causing you to get a burn in some cases. And unfortunately, sometimes our toast gets stuck in them, and what do grown-ups try to do? Okay, grown-ups, what do? You take a butter knife. People have been electrocuted that way. Okay? Electricity and metal don't work well together. Okay, how about a nice salad?
Yummy.
Okay, good salad, that's good. The oven or the stove? Boys and girls should stay at least 3 feet away from that. Well, and you're not a little tiny one either, are you, right? So if children are going to be using them, make sure we supervise closely. Now, while we're on there, I want to talk for a minute about grease fires that can happen on the stove. If we have a grease fire on the stove, what do? Any guesses? Well, a grown-up should put a lid on it and turn the heat off. By putting a lid on it, we take the oxygen away. Whenever there's a fire, there's 3 things you have to have. You have to have heat, you have to have oxygen, and you have to have a fuel source. By putting a lid on it, it takes that oxygen away. By turning the heat off, it takes the heat source away. Unfortunately, sometimes grown-ups will throw flour on it. Flour will blow up. Sometimes they'll throw baking powder on it. What's the first 3 letters of the word powder spell? P-O-W. Pow, exactly what it'll do. It'll go pow and blow up. And sometimes they'll add water, which will make it expand and blow up very quickly. And there have been cases where, in a panic, they grab that burning pan and try to run out the door. And it blows back on them and they get severely burned. So, turn the heat off, put a lid on it. How about the car keys? What do you think? Well, wait a minute. Do you think somebody's going to get upset if you suddenly disappear with the car keys and they can't find them? Okay. How about hot chocolate or hot coffee?
They should drink it.
Well, but should you have somebody check it first, make sure it's safe? Now, grown-ups don't think about it sometimes. They have that sitting too close to the edge of the table and the little boys and girls are around, and they reach up there and they pick it up and they get burned. How about a banana? Can a banana be dangerous?
No.
Yes. Wait. If somebody throws that peel on the floor, you walk will slip and fall, right? So it can be dangerous. Very good. I didn't say they weren't yummy, but you have to make sure that they're safe. The refrigerator. Should we just help ourselves to anything in there? Should we check with grown-up first? Check first. Well, there may be whatever's in there is supposed to be for dinner, right? So you want to make sure. I think they call that a flat iron. That can get warm, so we want to. They stay warm for a long period of time. And there have been cases where young children have gone in after they've been shut off and picked them up and burned themselves. How about the bathtub, the hot water in the bathtub? Should we check it first? Have a grown-up check it? Make sure it's safe? Very good. A good book to read. Very good. I'm going to skip through a couple of these. I'm going to go to this next one. How about a soccer ball? That's okay, right?
Good enough.
stick them in their pocket till later, and then they get bored and they play with them, and they start fires sometimes. In most cases, when young boys and girls play the matches and lighters and start fires, they start a fire in either the bedroom, in the closet, or under their bed. And there have been a lot of cases where they get trapped there. Across the country, if we look at all the cases of children that we lose in fires, 55% of them started the fire themselves. And it's a shame. So we need to stay away from those things. Now, sometimes we have accidents when we get too close to hot things. There's a couple of things that can happen. The first thing I want to talk about is if you get too close to something hot, you can accidentally burn yourself. Now, what should we put on a burn? I want to ask a grown-up first. A grown-up, what should we put on a burn?
Vaseline.
No.
Cool water.
Cool water. Well, I was asking, because you know what a lot of grown-ups will say? They'll either say ice, which is too cold, or they'll say butter, and you're not a piece of toast, are you? Then butter will actually hold the heat and make it worse. You should cool it with cool water. I need a helper. Oh, don't be shy. Come on up here. You raise your hand first. Come on. Are you nervous? Oh, how you doing? What's your name? Okay, nice to meet you. You sure are shaking a lot. Well, anyway, start right over here. Don't worry about the trap door. Have you ever performed on stage in front of an audience? If first thing, performing in front of an audience, don't turn your back on them, okay? Because they want to see you out there. Now, I want you to take two hands, hold this very tightly, because if you spill it, I can't continue on. I have to have the water for this. Okay, well, luckily I brought some extra water with me because I knew this might happen. And I want to do this just to reinforce what to do. Let's say I accidentally burn my finger. What should we put on it? There's two things you want to do. Cool it with cool water until it runs. Hold it tight. I'm going to cool it with cool water until it's running. How about if I burn my big toe? Cool it with cool water until it's running. Very good. How about if you burn the elbow? Cool it with cool water until it runs. Very good. How about if I burn my nose? Do I want to stick my head in a bucket of cool water? No. Put cool water on a cloth and then put that on my nose, but you're still going to cool it with cool water. Always remember, if you burn yourself, cool it with cool water until it's grown up. So if I ask you what to put on a burn, what are you going to put on it?
Cool water.
Cool it with cool water. Very good. I'm going to take this, you take a bow. Good job. Thank you very much. You probably know how I did that, right? I think I did very well. How about you? Anyway, so that's one thing you want to cool it with cool water. Another accident that can happen if you get too close to something hot, you can accidentally set your clothes on fire. There's three things we need to do right away if the clothes you wear catch on fire. Very good. You stop, rock, and roll. I need a helper. Right here. Step over here. Oh, careful, your shoes untied. No, just kidding. Anyways, so what we're going to do, we're going to pretend for just a minute that you have fire in your clothes. You really don't. You stop where you are, drop to the ground, lay flat like a pancake, and roll. Roll. Not crawl, no, roll. Just roll back and forth, back and forth. Okay, stop. There you go. You would stop right where you are, drop to the ground, and roll, put that fire out. What if your mom's brand new white carpet? That's all right. She can replace that carpet. We can't replace you. Good job there, okay? Once you decide to start doing it the right way, okay? You stop, you drop right where you are, and you roll. That helps put that fire out. So those are the two things we do for hot things. I want to talk for a very quick time about a special friend I brought with me, my smoke alarm. I put a nose on the outside to remind us their job is to smell for smoke. Yours, I'm sure the nose isn't on the outside, it's on the inside, okay? But they still do the same thing. In most cases, most of you probably have battery-operated smoke alarms. You should test them at least once a month by pushing the button. I'm going to do it real quick now. It's okay. I'm doing it on purpose. That sound means it's time to get moving and get out quickly. Get down low and crawl below that smoke. Crawl to your door. Check the door with the back of your hand. If it's hot, don't go that way. Go to your second exit, which would be your window. Stay in the bedroom. How many of you have your bedroom on the first floor? Ground level. Very easy. Open the window and go up. How about the second floor? Anybody on the third floor or higher? Not as easy, but we'll talk about it. If you can't get out that door, you go to the window. If you can get out, you go out the window. If it's the second floor, there's a couple of things you can do. Sometimes grown-ups will buy escape ladders ahead of time. They're emergency escape ladders designed for that purpose. They have big hooks on them. You can hook it over the windowsill. You let it roll down the side of the house. Just a second, okay? You let it roll down and you use it to crawl to safety, okay? You only do it during a real emergency though. If you don't have that and you have to get out, we have a technique we call hang and drop. The idea is you would hang down as far as you can and drop straight down. On an average, a second-story window is approximately 10 to 12 feet off the ground. Now, if you stand and stretch all the way out from your hands to your feet, you're probably somewhere around 5 feet tall, approximately. So how far would you have to fall? Well, you may be taller than that. How far would you have to fall if we used only about 5 feet? So you have less chances of getting hurt. I will be honest, you might hurt your leg, but are you better off on the ground with a broken leg, away from the fire, or in the house with 2 good legs trapped by a fire? Outside with a broken leg, right? You do it to save your life. It's not something you do to practice. It's not fun, okay? Again, it's there to save your life. Now, the question usually comes up, what about my dog or my cat? Dogs and cats are pretty smart. Sometimes they'll make it outside before you will. If not, if they happen to be right there, help them. But don't run through the house looking for them. The time you spend running through the house looking for them could cost you your life. Now, smoke rises. Remember I said heat and smoke goes up. Where are cats and dogs normally? Down low, right? We have had a lot of cases after the fire's out, the firefighters get there and they find dogs and cats. Maybe they're dirty, they need a bath, but they're alive because they're down low. Also, all of our fire trucks carry a special mask designed for dogs and cats to give them oxygen to breathe if they need to. And they're trained on how to do that. So the idea is it's more important for you to get out to safety right away than worry about running through the house for things that you may have left behind. So it's so important that you have to get out right away. Your smoke alarms, I said earlier, they should be tested every month by pushing the test button. I want all of you to go home today and test your smoke alarm. Do us a big favor. If you happen to have an alarm that's tied into an alarm system that's monitored by ADT or any of these other companies, before you push the test button, make sure you let them know you're testing the alarm so that we don't get a call saying that you have a fire at your house. So let them know that you're testing it first. If by chance you live in a home that you own and you do not have working smoke alarms, we have a program in Virginia Beach called Operation Smoke Detector. Most of the other cities in the area have something along that line. You can call this number. I'll leave a couple cards back there just in case somebody needs it. You can call and you'll get an answering machine. We will make arrangements for the firefighters to come install a free working smoke alarm for you. Now, a couple things. It's not just because you want a free smoke alarm, okay? If you need them, we'll take care of it. If it's rental property, we'll ask you to talk to your landlord first because by law they're supposed to make sure you have working smoke alarms. If they won't, then we will try to take care of it anyways. So that'll be there to help reinforce that for you. We talked about other hot things. How many of you like cake?
Yummy. I love
Now cake can get very hot, right? So you have to be careful with. Now I'm going to quickly bake the cake, but I need a helper for this again. Can you come up and help me, please? Come on up here. Hey, what's your name? Nice to meet you. Step right here, and I'm going to get my cake pan here. Hold it, there's no heat, okay? I wouldn't use any real heat for this. Now, if we were going to bake a cake, there's certain ingredients we need to have. Who can tell me one thing we need to put in it?
Sure.
Sugar, okay, we need sugar, so I'm going to use this white scarf to be sugar. I'm going to put that in there. What else?
Flour.
Flour, I happen to have a flour. I'm going to put that in there. What else?
Butter.
Butter or oil or something along that line, okay, we'll use that. We have to have some water, right? Usually some water. And there's a few other ingredients, but we also have to have heat. Let's see, about 325, 350 for 35, 40 minutes. Does that sound about right, some of you, for a good starting point? So we're going to put heat in there. Now, if all of that works out right, I'll take the pan, set it right here, please. If we do that right, I want you to tap this 3 times on top of it and say, fire safety. Say it out loud, fire safety. If it works out right, we end up with a candle. You notice on top of that, I have a candle. That gives me a chance to talk about candles for a minute. I know a lot of us people like to burn candles in our home. They can be very, very dangerous. They may smell good, but you know they make candles now that are flameless candles that smell good and they're not a fire hazard. They make flameless ones that are battery operated. It'll do that. And it looks like a candle flickering. It's a lot safer. The most dangerous room in the house to use candles is the bedroom. 43% of all fires that happen in homes because of candles happen in the bedroom. You take them out. Take them out. Job well done. Thank you so much. Now, that candle, we need to remind young boys and girls to stay away from that candle. Different times throughout the year, we have different holidays that come up. We want to be careful about different decorations that we use. If we're using a lot of lights and stuff, make sure we don't overload our electrical outlets and plug too many lights into the same outlet. It can cause a short, it can cause a fire. It's a good idea to plug them into a power strip with a surge protector so it'll shut itself down if it needs to. And of course, it's a real good idea to shut them off at night when you go to bed and go to sleep. If you happen to have a live Christmas tree or anything, make sure that you keep it well, plenty of water on it. Because if it dries out, it can start a fire very easily. So we want to make sure that. How many of you like deep fried turkey? It tastes great, but it's one of those things we have to be very, very careful with. There's a lot of cases each year when people go to deep fried turkeys. They put too much grease in the pan, not thinking about it. They get it all heated up. They forget that turkey, when you set it in it, makes the grease rise, and then we have fires that start. And there have been a lot of homes lost across the country because of that. So think about it. If you're going to deep fry a turkey,
do it outside?
Do it outside for one. Oh, no leaves around, keep it clear back, and it's really a good idea first, before you put that oil in there, put water in the pan first, and then set your turkey in to see how high up the pan's going to come once you put that turkey in. That'll give you an approximate level to know how much oil you can put in it. Then dry it out and get the oil before you put the oil in. I'm going to show you, we're almost done with time. I'm going to show you a couple of things. I do have handouts, a lot of different types of handouts up here. We do have Cool Cats coloring books. If you happen to like to color, they're available. And well, I really call them activity books because if it's an activity book, it's an educational thing instead of just a fun thing, okay? So these are available for us. For some of the younger ones, if you want to, we have a picture of our firefighter dressing out. Also, with all of you, it would be a good idea for you to take this, because on the back there's safety tips for our home. Things that we can do to help keep our homes a lot safer. Along with that, anybody like to play baseball? Well, we happen to have a home safety checklist, and it's set up almost like a baseball game. For each base, we have different things we want you to check to make sure that your home is safe. And hopefully you can have a home run by keeping your house safe and your home safe. It's a very good idea to have a plan ahead of time. Draw an escape plan so that you know how you're going to get out if you have to during an emergency. A lot of times people don't think about it and they get scared. They don't know how they're going to get out. So we encourage you all to draw a home escape plan of your home. You draw it almost like you cut the roof off your house and stand over top and look down in. You draw where all the rooms are, label them, show the first exit out of each room would be what? No. You come and go through your window every day? You would go to the door first. That's your first exit. Then the second exit would be the window. And of course, show all of your smoke alarms. You should have a minimum of one smoke alarm per level of your home. A minimum. You can always have more than that, depending on how new your home is. New construction requires them outside of every sleeping area, plus in every sleeping area. And on the back, it gives you instructions on how to develop a home escape plan. Those are here for you if you want them. We have residential fire safety guides, a lot of safety information about cooking, about checking your smoke alarms and everything. We've got a brochure that we just put together in our office about holiday fire safety, talking about lights and decorations and everything else. Those are here. If you have young children and you want to talk to them about how and when to call 911, that emergency number is not for ordering pizza, it's for emergencies only, but it talks about when and how to use that. So all of these are up here and available, and I do believe that sometimes some of you might like stickers. I just happen to have some stickers that say, I am fire safe. The last thing I'm going to do to wrap this up is I'm going to do one more illusion, and I'm going to use these 3 pieces of rope to help us reinforce this message. This rope is going to represent young boys and girls that learn some fire safety today. Go ahead and pull on that. Maybe just pull on the end of it. Is it solid? Is it one solid piece of rope? Okay, I'll take it back now. The second one might be some older boys and girls that are here. Pull on that, make sure it's solid.
It is indeed.
Okay. And the last one is going to represent grown-ups that are here. Okay. Now, if we take all of these, if all of you take the information you home and share it with other family members and talk to each other about, you can all become equally safe. Now, I'm going to make these all the same length. Did you bring the scissors? I'm going to have to do it the hard way then, okay? So, we're going to take these. I'm going to take the first one. I'm going to set it up here next to the other one. It's pretty close to the same. I'll take this one. I'm going to set it up here. We'll take this one and set it up here. And if you look, you'll see that they're all about even. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not enough evidence. Okay. See, the idea is I want all of you to teach other people. That's how we're able to reach over 150,000 citizens of Virginia Beach every year about fire safety. Because people take the information and share it with others. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that first one, I'm going to go like that, I'm going to go like this, I'm going to go like this, I'm going to go like this. And if everything works out right, they should all become the same length. And you can see, just to prove it, I'm going to pull the center rope out first. See? Which rope did I take the first time? I took the center rope, so I'm going to pull the one from this end. See? Now I've taken it from this end, center, there's the last one. I'm going to set that one aside. I'm going to take these two, I'm going to tie them in a knot. Pull on that, make sure it's tight. Okay, I'm going to take this. Let me reach in my pocket. In order to do this, I need some extra help. Put your hands out like this one. I'm going to give you some special safety vests, okay? When I tell you to, you're going to sprinkle it over the rope for me. And what's going to happen is you'll see that we can all become equally safe. And I need to help you too, so I'm going to get some, okay, sprinkle it over the rope. See, fire safety. And with that, we can all become equally safe. You know? That's all I have for you. Please come up and get some handouts and stuff. I brought them for you.
1 second.
Time's up, seconds up, just kidding. Again, hopefully you've enjoyed and learned something, because the idea is for you to learn to be safe and take that information home with you.
Clap, 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 clap. On behalf of the Virginia Beach, I would like to present you this token of appreciation.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
And this is Stephen Well.
I'll take it over to the station. I'll take it over to the station. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Come on, get some handouts and stickers and stuff. Okay. Go ahead, help yourself. Watch out so you don't spill the bowl. Move that bowl back. Nobody spills it, please. Yeah, just sticker. Help yourself and the other books and stuff. Yeah, please.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. There you go. Anybody else? Okay, yep, come on. There you go. Anybody else? Help yourself the other hand off your stuff.
Be safe when it comes to fire stuff. I'm walking out of that. Yeah, man. Oh, the difference.
I went to school to learn these things.
An illusion guide never reveals his secrets. Whoa.
Thank you.
How often do you do these presentations?
I do something almost daily, or one type or another. I do all different types of programs.
Oh, sick.
I can do it for quite a while. Grown-ups, there's some handouts up here for you too. Okay? I brought all different age groups.
What? Load up.
Taylor Billy Aubrey.
Oh, nice. No, you're good. I like that. That's clever. Oh, 7. You try it. That hurt. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Let's do Lauren. Hey, do you have... Let's do Lauren. Watch. Hi!
You done your presentation yet?
Hi, camera.
What's up presentation?
Say hi to the camera. Hi.
Dude, they're putting it on YouTube.
Exactly. I know that. That's the whole point. Hello, viewers. Play Minecraft and be safe in fire.
It's not even. It's still
Fire
recording.
safety.
It's really recording. Yes, it is. Look at it. It's really recording. Well, who cares? Cause I'm Filipino and I'm 9, and some of you are. Stop it. You're so.
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, you guys messed up my camera.
Do something? No, we're just saying hi to camera. Fire safety. Like this.
Now go back there.
Hi, camera. Boop, 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 boop.
How you doing?
Awesome. Boop, 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 boop,
Okay,
boop,
go back there. Okay? So you can't see your face.
boop, 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 boop. GB the kid.